Atlanta, a city pulsating with life, hides a painful truth. Beneath its vibrant exterior, where the hustle and bustle never seem to stop, lies a story of struggle and hardship that remains largely unseen by the casual observer. Behind the gleaming skyscrapers and bustling streets, a silent crisis unfolds. It's a crisis that affects the most vulnerable among us, those who have spent their lives building this city, only to find themselves abandoned in their time of need. Seniors, the pillars of our communities, are forced to make impossible choices. These are the people who have contributed to society in countless ways, yet now they face decisions that no one should ever have to make. Do they pay rent, or buy the medicine that keeps them alive? This is not a hypothetical question but a daily reality for many. The cost of housing continues to rise while their fixed incomes remain stagnant, creating a perilous gap. This is the stark reality for many in a city grappling with a hidden homelessness crisis. The elderly, who should be enjoying their golden years, are instead living in fear and uncertainty, wondering if they will have a roof over their heads tomorrow. The rising cost of living in Atlanta has created a chasm, pushing vulnerable populations towards the brink. The disparity between the affluent and the struggling is more pronounced than ever, and the elderly are caught in the middle. For those living on fixed incomes, the choice is agonizing. Every dollar spent on rent is a dollar not spent on food, medication, or other essentials. The stress and anxiety of this constant balancing act take a toll on their mental and physical health. It's a decision no one should have to make. The elderly deserve dignity and security, yet they are forced to navigate a system that seems indifferent to their plight. Yet every day, countless elderly Atlantans face this heartbreaking dilemma. The consequences are devastating. Food banks and social services are stretched thin, struggling to meet the growing demand. Without access to essential medication, health deteriorates. Chronic conditions worsen, and preventable illnesses become life-threatening. The lack of proper healthcare leads to a downward spiral that is difficult to escape. The risk of hospitalization increases. Emergency rooms become the last resort for those who can no longer manage their health at home, further straining an already overburdened healthcare system. And for some, the lack of affordable housing becomes a direct path to homelessness. The streets of Atlanta, once a symbol of opportunity, now represent a harsh reality for those who have nowhere else to turn. This is the human cost of a city that has forgotten its elders. The face of homelessness in Atlanta is diverse, a tapestry of lives torn apart by circumstance. Each face tells a story, a narrative of hardship, resilience, and the struggle to survive in a city that often overlooks them. From young adults who have aged out of the foster care system to elderly individuals who have lost their support networks, the spectrum of homelessness is broad and complex. Official figures estimate over 2,800 individuals experience homelessness on any given night. These numbers, however, only scratch the surface. They don't account for those who are couch surfing, living in their cars, or staying in temporary accommodations. The reality is that many more people are on the brink, one paycheck or one crisis away from losing their homes. The true number, however, is likely far greater, hidden in the shadows of a city struggling to cope. These hidden homeless are often out of sight, sleeping in parks, under bridges, or in abandoned buildings. They are the invisible population, whose struggles are not captured in official statistics but are very real and pressing. Downtown Atlanta, the city's beating heart, also bears witness to the highest concentration of homelessness. Amidst the hustle and bustle of daily life, it's easy to overlook the individuals who have made the streets their home. The contrast between the city's economic prosperity and the plight of its homeless population is stark and jarring. Amidst the towering office buildings and tourist attractions, men and women huddle in doorways, seeking shelter from the elements and indifference. They are often seen as part of the urban landscape, their presence blending into the background of the city's daily rhythm. Yet, each person has a unique story, a reason for why they are there, and a hope for a better future. Their presence is a stark reminder of the human cost of this crisis. But homelessness doesn't discriminate. It affects people from all walks of life, regardless of their background or previous status. The loss of a job, a medical emergency, or a family breakdown can quickly lead to homelessness, showing just how fragile stability can be. It casts a long shadow, touching the lives of young and old, from children who should be in school to seniors who should be enjoying their retirement. The impact on young people is particularly devastating, as it disrupts their education and development. setting them on a difficult path for the future. Veterans who served their country, often returning with physical and emotional scars, find themselves without a home. Despite their service and sacrifice, many struggle to reintegrate into civilian life, facing challenges such as PTSD, unemployment, and a lack of support systems. And families struggling to stay afloat, often with young children in tow, are forced to navigate a system that is not equipped to handle their needs. The stress and uncertainty take a toll on parents and children alike, creating a cycle of hardship that is difficult to break. Each story is a testament to the urgent need for change. The faces of Atlanta's homeless are a call to action, urging us to address the root causes of homelessness and to provide the support and resources needed to help these individuals rebuild their lives. It's a challenge that requires compassion, understanding, and a commitment to making a difference. While homelessness affects all segments of Atlanta's population, the burden falls disproportionately on Black communities. Systemic racism, poverty, and lack of access to affordable housing create a perfect storm, pushing Black Atlantans into homelessness at alarming rates. Generations of disinvestment and neglect have left their mark. The legacy of segregation, discriminatory housing policies, and economic inequality continue to fuel the crisis. It's a cycle that traps families and individuals, denying them the opportunity to thrive. Amidst the despair, glimmers of hope emerge. Innovative solutions driven by compassion and a belief in the power of community are offering a hand up to those in need. Tiny home villages, springing up across the city, provide more than just shelter. These micro-communities offer a sense of belonging, a place to heal, and a stepping stone to a brighter future. Residents have access to support services, job training, and healthcare, empowering them to rebuild their lives with dignity. In an increasingly digital world, technology is being harnessed to connect those experiencing homelessness with vital resources. Smartphone apps and online platforms are bridging the gap, providing real-time information about available shelter beds, food banks, and medical clinics. These tools empower individuals to navigate the complex web of support services, breaking down barriers and restoring a sense of agency. Technology alone cannot solve the crisis, but it can be a powerful tool for connection and empowerment. At the heart of Atlanta's homeless crisis lies a complex interplay of factors. Skyrocketing rents, stagnant wages, and a frayed safety net have created a treacherous landscape for those struggling to make ends meet. The gap between the haves and the have-nots continues to widen, pushing more people into the abyss. The American dream, once a beacon of hope, now feels increasingly out of reach for many. The system designed to protect the vulnerable is failing those who need it most. The consequences are playing out on the streets of Atlanta every single day. While politicians make promises and unveil ambitious plans, the reality on the ground tells a different story. The gap between rhetoric and action remains vast. Funding for affordable housing remains woefully inadequate. Support services are stretched thin, and the cycle of homelessness continues. The human cost of this crisis is immeasurable. Every life lost on the streets represents a failure of our collective responsibility to care for the most vulnerable among us. It's a stark reminder that words without action ring hollow. Despite the immense challenges, stories of resilience and hope emerge from the shadows. Individuals like Michael, a veteran struggling with PTSD, who found solace and support in a tiny home village, or Sarah, a single mother who escaped an abusive relationship and rebuilt her life with the help of job training programs. These stories are a testament to the indomitable spirit that resides within each of us. They are a powerful reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope can blossom and lives can be transformed. The homelessness crisis in Atlanta is a complex issue with no easy solutions. Every day, thousands of individuals and families struggle to find a safe place to sleep, facing the harsh realities of life on the streets. The reasons behind homelessness are varied and complex, ranging from economic hardship and job loss to mental health issues and lack of affordable housing. But one thing is clear: we cannot afford to turn away. Ignoring the problem won't make it disappear. Instead, it will only grow, affecting more lives and straining our communities even further. We must face this challenge head-on, with compassion and determination. It's time to move beyond awareness and embrace action. Awareness is the first step, but it is not enough. We need to translate our understanding into tangible efforts that make a real difference in the lives of those who are suffering. We must demand greater investment in affordable housing, ensuring that everyone has access to a safe and stable place to call home. Affordable housing is a fundamental human right, and it is essential for the well-being of our communities. Expand access to mental health and addiction services, providing the necessary support for those who are struggling with these challenges. Mental health and addiction are significant factors in homelessness, and addressing them is crucial for helping individuals regain stability and hope, and address the systemic inequities that perpetuate this crisis. We need to tackle the root causes of homelessness, such as economic disparities and social injustices, to create a more equitable society for all. Every one of us has a role to play. Whether it's through volunteering, donating, or advocating for change, we can all contribute to making a difference. Volunteer at a local shelter, offering your time and skills to support those in need. Your efforts can provide comfort and hope to individuals who are struggling. Donate to organizations working on the front lines, helping to fund essential services and programs that address homelessness. Every contribution, no matter how small, can have a significant impact. And advocate for policies that uplift those in need. By supporting policies that promote affordable housing, mental health services, and economic opportunities, we can create lasting change. Together, we can be the change we wish to see in the world. Our collective efforts can transform lives and build stronger, more compassionate communities. Let's restore hope, one story, one life at a time. By coming together and taking action, we can make a profound difference in the lives of those who need it most.